Hey cats, it's your midsole man, EDDBUD here, back with one of the viewers' favourite series on the channel, Running Shoe Yay or Nay. This is a series where I check out some of the soon-to-be released running shoes and let you know if I'm going to pick up a pair for review or not. It's not whether the shoe is a treasure or trash, I won't know that until I get it in hand and on foot, purely whether I'm going to review them here on the channel and my reasoning why. We got a whole bunch of stuff to look at today, including the highly cushioned Nimbus model, the ASICS NIMBUS 27. Also, I'm taking another look at the Adizero Adios Pro 4, as it looks like we might get a December release on that now. That could be the case as well for the Adizero Evo SL here in the UK. And we're checking out the mystery shoe 01 from Mizuno. Lots to get through, so let's get to it. Thanks for joining me on the channel, it's always appreciated. Do hit that subscribe button if you've not done so already, and give this video a thumbs up like. Drop us a comment too to help with the YouTube algorithm. Dankeschön. Running Shoe Yay or Nay, a series where I look at 4 soon-to-be released running shoes and let you know if I'm going to pick them up for review or not. First up today is the highly cushioned Asics Gel Nimbus 27. This is set to appear in January 2025, so you've not got long to wait if you're a Nimbus fan. It's set to be around €200, with a little bit of extra midsole stack this time, around 2mm in the heel. I think the last version was about 42mm, so this time you got 44. I mean, that certainly puts the Gel Nimbus into max cushion territory for me. Now, of course, every 44mm heel stack isn't the same when we consider different foams. That much in ZoomX, for example, is very compressive, but Flight Foam Blast Plus Eco is a more dense and resilient material. Not to say it won't be cushioned, but for the Nimbus, I think it's always been about impact protection, especially when you consider the last few versions. We still have the pure gel section in the rear of the shoe, and I'm pleased to see ASICS sticking with a winning combo of both ASICS grip and the high abrasion rubber strategically placed into the heel. I think it's certainly a nice looking shoe aesthetically. It's carrying on from that sort of previous line really. The launch colours are really striking as well. I think this is a good one to go with as the initial model, though I feel the differences here are quite minimal. It's a more careful iteration of the Nimbus than a massive redesign, and I think that'll be just fine for most people. This is one of those fan favourite shoes. I see loads of local club runners utilising the Nimbus. A very small switch up in the upper here will no doubt be welcomed by a few fans of the shoe. It's one that I received countless requests from for review, so I'm happy to give the viewers what they want. So it's a yay on the Gel Nimbus 27 when it does drop in January. Next up is the Adios Pro 4. Some interesting information that I've gleaned on this one. It does seem that there could be a launch here a little earlier than expected. I have seen the silver metallic colorways of all of the other Adizero shoes beginning to appear on the Adidas website here in the UK. So clearly these models are stocked up in a warehouse somewhere ready for release, which is probably like after all these sales that are on at the moment. I reckon we could see this silver metallic looking version appear in December if running warehouses anything to go by. I reckon that Adidas are playing a waiting game until all the sales are finished and people have bought up all the discounted pairs of the Vaporfly 3, and perhaps they've sold off a few more Adios Pro 3s as well. We got energy rods, we've got full length Light Strike Pro here in the midsole, and a new apparently simplified upper and a distinct lack of Continental rubber on the outsole. That has formed some heated debate online. People want them to carry on with Continental, but there's just a small section there in the forefoot area. I always felt that Continental was a little bit lacking anyway on smooth surfaces in wet weather. That's just from my testing. It does appear at the moment that Adidas are trying to lower the weight of their shoes, featuring that new light traction rubber. Only time will tell if it's better than anything that we've had before. I can't help but think that the Evo SL is practically the old Adios Pro 3, but without the energy rods. Almost the same Continental outsole on that one as well. This hopefully isn't just change for change's sake in the Adios Pro 4. All the changes do appear to minimise weight rather than anything else. Who would have thought it? Less weight in a running shoe makes it a nimbler one. Either way, I will review the Adios Pro 4 when it does eventually release. I've seen a few Insta runners having a few problems with the upper on that one, causing them some discomfort, but there's massive interest on this shoe, so I'll definitely be picking it up. It's a yay. Next shoe is another one from Adidas. I want to go back over the Adizero Evo SL. Now, I noticed there was a drop planned, I think it was for the 12th of December here in the UK, but that has disappeared from the Adidas website. No word on as to why that was. Maybe they've just come to their senses and decided to do a proper release on this one so people can actually buy the shoes. It's a bit like this meme on screen right now, you know, just give the people what they want. When it does appear, I believe this one's got about £130 price tag, 230 grams in the sample size, and 37mm of heel stack. So it could be a great super trainer, but I don't want to get too excited about this one right now. You've already got the Adizero SL2, which is a top-notch trainer, and that's retailing at the moment for well below £100. I think some people picked some up for about 70 quid the other day. At least there's a good dollop of Continental outsole here to provide some excellent grip in the winter months, but let's face it, this one isn't the best for the UK winter, and I think with the Zoom Fly 6 from Nike coming in at about 20 quid more, there's more stack there, you've got a carbon plate and a superb outsole design as well, just handles all the elements really well. That is pretty much the gold standard to some degree at the moment. The trouble with the Evo SL is that when you fire out early shoes to influencers and then there's a long gap between the initial reviews they've done and the release, people just forget about them and they move on to the next thing. Let's hope that that doesn't happen with the Evo SL. So I will try and grab this one for review purely on the strength that there's a huge number of viewers out there that want to see my impressions on this new trainer from Adidas. So it's a yay on the Adizero Evo SL. A really weird one now, a mysterious offering from Mizuno. They've placed this up onto their website, the Mizuno Mystery Shoe 01. A pre-sale on these for the 13th of December. I'm not sure why they've done a pre-sale. Surely, if you're just placing a shoe up with no other information, it's a bit of a hard sell, isn't it? Especially that time of year when there's so many different models discounted and new stuff. You know, we've only got the spec to go on here as to whether this is going to be a interesting offering and a good one to place into the rotation. So it features an Energy Next foam that's got obviously more energy return, because they always do, and comes in unisex sizing this time, 40mm heel stack and about 34 in the forefoot, making for a 6mm drop. So comparable to something like the Endorphin Speed 4 perhaps, though there's nothing stated about a plate here whatsoever. It just looks like it's the foam. So I'm thinking more along the lines of super trainer type feel. Maybe it's their take at the Evo SL from Adidas, certainly coming in at around about the same amount, $150. If you do the exchange, that's about $118, but normally it comes up a bit higher than that. The outsole is something from the PC Alien World game's Scorn, with its tentacles and bio-like looks. Interesting stuff, Mizuno, but have we not already got this in the Neo Vista? Just need more information on this one. Placing up a shoe like this with a name like this as well, that's not really going to be easy to remember for anybody. I think in this country, you know, Mizuno shoes are a little bit of a hard sell. People just don't really know about the brand. You can only find them in like very specialist road running shops. Let's call it the Bio Wave or something else, you know, that's easy to remember. I'm going to say a nay for this one for the time being until I've got some more intel. Okay, that's all 4 shoes in today's yay or nay. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. Quick musical interlude for you. No Christmas stuff today. I've been listening to the moody and quite tense, I suppose, GNX from Kendrick Lamar. Not sure anybody's got the same music taste as me. It does vary from day to day. I'm really loving the intro track, Whacked Out Murals. This one's very tense. There's some very hard hitting beats here, really pumping bass, and I love the delivery. It can go from being very, very relaxed and subtle to all out crazy. Some really good switch ups in terms of the speed of delivery of the lyrics. It's like there's some real subtlety to the backing track as well, to the rhythm. They've just added little bits in here just to enhance the track, always leaving lots of space for the vocals. You can hear everything for once, rather than it being this sort of buried, very hard to hear kind of delivery. It's really clear and I really like that. It reminds me of some of the early hip-hop tracks that I grew up listening to. Go and check this one out. Really great album, actually. GNX from Kendrick Lamar. Thanks for tuning in, people. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please do subscribe if you've not done so already, and also give this video a thumbs up like. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you